Hey, welcome to my 5th Hypercar Driving Academy guide for Assetto Corsa EVO. We're in the same car just like the other Hypercar challenges, and again, as we start off, we're holding the brake, holding the throttle, and then dropping the brake as the lights go out to engage the launch control and have the best launch that we can. Up towards the first turn, we're looking for these two cones on either side of the track. We're aiming to brake between these two cones, hard on the brakes towards the outside, then trailing in towards the left and making this turn into a double apex turn. So we're firstly apexing at this yellow curb, then continuing to trail the brake, letting the car slow down, drift away from the apex towards the middle of the track, not too far out, and then letting the front grip up, and as it grips back up, we make a second apex at the end of the turn right here where the curb is. Just make sure you don't get onto the sand. And now for the next turn, where again we're looking for those cones either side of the track and braking just a little bit after where the cones are and moving the car towards the outside curb to open up our entry line quite nicely. Just make sure that we don't get onto the sand, because if you touch the sand you might flick into a spin or just get a ton of understeer. You'll mess the corner up. Trailing the brake towards the inside here. Once again, do not touch any of the yellow curbs on this track because they will fling you up and mess your lap up. Carrying the speed to the outside. Now once we're on this curb, we're staying out here to prepare for the next turn. Don't touch the sand as always, but staying out on the curb here, and we're looking for that cone right there. We'll be braking just before that cone in this turn, and this is quite a fast turn, but you can't carry too much speed in, so be patient, wait till you get to the apex, again coming as close to that yellow curb without actually hitting it, and once the front's biting, then you can start to get on throttle again around about where the apex is, making use of all of the track width there, then back towards the right where we're looking for this white line on the sand over there, that white line that goes towards the fence. We're going to be braking about a car length after that, and then we're looking to apex around the middle of this turn, again where the yellow curb is, without hitting it. The track does camber up quite a lot here, and there's a lot of runoff on the exit, so you can get on the throttle relatively early, but still after the apex there, on the exit where the runoff is, you can use most of the runoff, but don't get too close to the sand, because that is where your lap will become invalidated. I don't think you really need to go out that wide though. Now for this turn, we're looking between the two braking references I've got on screen there, braking about halfway between the two on the curb, all the way out wide, and then trailing the brake and carrying our speed towards the apex. Once again, not touching the yellow curb, but coming as close as we can to it. And right at the apex, the track slopes up a bit, so you'll find a bit more grip there, and you can accelerate around where the apex was. Carry your speed all the way to the green stuff on the outside, and just make sure you don't touch the sand. And now we go up towards the corkscrew, bringing the car towards the left side of the track to line ourselves up for braking. Just over the crest up ahead where you can't see any further, the track does bend towards the right there. We're going to start braking about where that cone is, or just after it, hard on the brakes, all the way to the right, over this curb on the right, then the track bends to the right. Now we're trailing the brake in towards the left, then tucking the car in as tight as we can to the cone to open up our entry line for the second part of the chicane. And then on the exit of the chicane, we can use all of the green area, just all the way up to the gravel without getting onto the gravel. Make sure you don't cut too far, because you can invalidate your lap there. On exit of the corkscrew, we're keeping towards the left side of the track because the lower line has more grip, and going out wide just causes you understeer. We're braking about a car length before where that cone is, and honestly from this point on it's a very similar guide to the previous guide of HC-04. For this turn, we're apexing at this curb without touching the yellow curb as always, and beginning to get on throttle a little bit for the apex there if you slow down the car enough. Back towards the left side, we're going to start braking about where that white part of the curb is and bringing the car all the way onto the left side curb to open up our entry line for this turn here. This turn's quite cambered, so you will find a lot of grip. Just don't touch the yellow curb, but use all the track width that you can, getting on throttle hard at the apex and using the left curb by carrying your speed out. I was a little cautious this time around. I didn't use all the width of the track because I just wanted to get the lap done. Back towards the right, we're braking about where that red and white part of the curb starts, all the way on the outside of the track, and trailing towards this apex. Sometimes you get a little bit of oversteer into this turn that actually helps rotate you around the turn. So sometimes if you oversteer just a little bit, it might actually help you. Just make sure you're not running too deep into the turn. Now on exit, you can use almost all this runoff on the outside here. Don't go out into the sand obviously. And now we're flat out towards the line. Make sure you go between the two fences here, because those fences do have collisions, and that's at 128.8 in this run. That's a full lap. That's the Hypercar challenges done. I hope these guides have been helping you out. Now it's time for me to play through the whole lap again without any interruptions. So thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if it's been helping you out, and I'll see you in a video again soon.